Hey, book lovers, I'm Candice.
And I'm Chrissy. And you've just stumbled into your new favorite book club, Bookalicious Pod.
We're two sisters reading our way through fantasy, fiction, thrillers, and the occasional "what did we just read" moments.
Every week, we break down books chapter by chapter
with deep dives, hot takes, and detours into sisterly side convos.
Think a cozy book club mixed with a FaceTime call, sprinkled with a little chaos.
We don't hold back on the characters we love or the ones we love to hate.
We play games like Read It Like Reddit, Red Flag or Deal Breaker, and have Spotify polls for you to guess along with our plot theories.
If you've got a TBR pile a mile high, including ACOTAR or Frida McFadden,
or just want to feel like you're hanging with your bookish besties, hit play. This is Bookalicious Pod.
We just received a comment on The Housemaid Secret Part 4.
Ooh, Part 4? Someone listened all the way?
All the way. I wonder if they're German because this is from Bianca. And she said, "Thank you. Can you do the housemaid's wedding? And the housemaid is watching, please." Spelled Hause. I feel like that's the German spelling.
I think you might be right. Wow, that's kind of exciting. Oh my
I
gosh.
know. So I
Oh my
replied,
goodness.
and I was
I'm
like,
a
"Girly girl, you
fan.
got it. We're always
Yeah.
ready for Killie Millie to take the scene."
I could always go back to Frida.
I honestly, she's like a warm, murdering hug.
She smothers you in her
She...
embrace.
Yeah, she smothers you. And I also said, if you haven't, please make sure to leave us a 5-star review. We've been putting this at the end of our 2-hour podcast. I'm putting it at the front now.
hmm
Please leave us a 5-star review.
Wow, that's really exciting that she listened to all 4 parts of Housemaid's Secret and
I
probably
know.
all 8 parts of Housemaid. That's crazy.
Bianca is committed.
I know. Wow. Bianca, for you, we'll read anything
We'll
by
read
Frida.
anything by Frida. Yes, yes.
I
Yeah, so we'll
actually,
do
mhm.
the third installment pretty soon here, probably. Why
Oh
not?
my gosh. So, did you know I've actually read that one?
You have?
I did.
What?
Because yeah, I think I told you.
I don't remember.
I don't know. It was a while, well, it was a few months ago, but one of my friends at school, she was reading it, and so we read it together.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I know. We can invite her on. But honestly,
Wow.
it's always so wild. I'm sure I'll still be surprised.
Do you think it could be more wild than The Perfect Marriage?
Well, okay. But Perfect Marriage, we guessed, basically, right?
I was pretty tickled that we guessed as much as we did. So
I
I
think we
did
guessed a
enjoy that.
lot.
Yeah.
I did too. I did
We,
not.
I was just gonna say, we kind of got it.
We really kind of did. I
Mhm.
don't know, was this book, because the Housemaid books, everyone's like, oh, you'll never guess the twist. Were there any such comments for this book like that?
There were so many comments. Did you do the read it like Reddit?
A little bit.
A lot of the comments that I got was a lot of negative, didn't see the ending coming, made no sense. Like a lot of like our kind of Killy Millie scenarios.
Oh, interesting.
And I was like, it almost sounds like people don't take 4 different breaks reading this book to have a 2-hour discussion with their sister
Go through all of the evidence.
to go through all of the evidence.
Okay, I will say one thing I did see on the Read It Like Reddits is that they also didn't like the ending. There's a lot of negative feedback on Reddit. And one of the things they didn't like, which I was like, you know what, kind of true, was that we got Sarah's first person perspective.
Yeah.
And I guess rereading it, because I was looking through it again for to make the summary, I was like, I guess you could interpret this of her, being anxious about Bob as her being like, oh no, will Bob spill my secret? So I guess you
Yeah.
could reread it in that light, but it is just kind of, it feels like just a trick to have the first person perspective, but you're not actually getting her genuine thoughts. Like it seems like she's performing, but she's a character in a book.
Yes. Yes. And I agree with that. I don't disagree with it. If I were being generous, maybe I could say she was lying even to herself to try to keep the ruse
Oh, yeah, she had to like be
going.
full on actress mode.
Yeah, like she couldn't even admit to herself, like in order to make sure that she's being as like normal as possible.
Okay. Yeah, she had to delude herself into being different Sarah.
Yeah, but I mean, there's definitely like a lot of things that are crazy. I didn't mind it because at this point, I feel like it was like camp. It was like a Lifetime movie. It was crazy.
Crazier than Killie Millie?
There were some parts where I was like, this is insane. And I listened to a
Really?
couple, I mean, I thought so. I listened to a couple podcasts on it. One of them was Fully Booked and Caffeinated, another book
Oh,
pod.
okay.
Yeah. And they ripped this book to shreds. They did not like this book at all.
Really? What'd they say?
They had like a lot of comments, especially about like the ending and how things don't make sense, X, Y, and Z. As we like come to it, I'll try to remember
Okay.
and kind of put some of their thoughts in it. So I thought that was interesting because even though like the ending, I was like, okay, like it is a little bit of a gotcha, like you said. It wasn't, I was like, okay, it was a fun ride. It was like kind of crazy. Sarah's a psycho. It was a fun read. It had me really engaged. So I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
call it a bad book, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah. I don't think so. Unless I guess you're calling it a or judging it a good or bad book based on it making sense,
I
which I
think
still
when
kind of
we
thought it did make sense. I didn't think
I
it was so crazy.
there was a couple things,
Parts of it.
especially this pod that brought up that I was like, that does seem a little insane.
Ooh, I'm excited to hear that. Her
So yeah,
stabbing her 37 times. We can get there later.
that was one of them. Yeah, so we'll get there when
Okay.
we get there.
Yeah.
But let's just do the intro and get this party started.
Oh my gosh, exciting. Wait, I do have a question for you too, but I'll do the intro first.
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome. Bookalicious. This is a podcast where two sisters chat about books we're reading. I'm Chrissy.
I'm Candace.
And today we are finishing The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. Wow. Yeah, so last time we did back-to-back days of recording because we just had to finish the
Yes.
book. And
Yes.
then we finished the book and then we haven't been able to record for a few days. So we're bringing back all the memories, diving back
I
into this crazy book.
I kind it is a crazy book. I'm kind of glad we took a few days to sit on it though.
Yeah.
Because
How
I
come?
think after like reading a little bit and like hearing other people's perspectives and kind of like thinking back, I think I was having so much fun being a detective
Mm-hmm.
that there were some things that I was overlooking because I was having so much
Oh,
fun.
okay.
Like the things that like don't make sense that I would normally pick out, but because we were right and that happens almost never, I was just so tickled. I was blinded by my own ego.
Oh my gosh, that's probably if we wrote a book because we've done that with all the housemaid books. We're like it should go like this. It would make so much
Yes.
sense that way.
Yes.
Probably everyone would be like, "What?"
What? This is crazy. Okay, I do think that our suggestion of them killing Adam made more sense.
Mm,
But we'll
mm-hmm.
we'll get there. We'll get there. I'm getting ahead
Okay,
of
we'll get
myself.
there. My question for you before we get there is, what were your feelings at the end of the book? Broad strokes, top
My
emotions.
biggest thing, like my picture this, all I sent Chrissy were pig noses and a mushroom because I was just so tickled that we were truffle pig, truffle pig, truffle pig. I couldn't think of anything else. I was just like, oh my God, we did it. We cracked the case.
That was pretty exciting.
That
I like that.
I couldn't think about anything else. How high on my own supply.
That's so funny. I felt so distressed. I felt very unsettled, even though we guessed it.
Because Sarah's so evil.
I think it's because Adam didn't get justice. Like, she sent him all the way to the electric chair. And I guess when we were thinking about our theories, I was still thinking, I was like, oh, they're going to find out that Sarah's the one who did, or that Sarah had an affair or whatever. But I never considered Sarah's actually going to get away with it.
I know. That's why, like, I really like the idea of if Adam went to jail, that like the next book was him turning it on her,
Mm-hmm.
getting it like
Be more satisfying.
overturned and getting her, yeah, like where they both get a bad end. It's weird that she's this evil incarnate just driving off into the sunset.
But I guess that's the story she wanted to write. Doesn't have to be a
Yeah,
satisfying end.
that's true. So it was a little unsettling. I didn't mind that part though, because I
Really?
guessed so many things right. Since we
I
got so many things right, and honestly, you got most of it right.
feel like we both thought about it. Well, I was pretty good on Sarah's Mister.
You knew the
That was
mister.
my best ever.
There was a couple other ones that you got like on the nose, and I was like, the reporter.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
like,
Yeah. I
is Rebecca
questioned.
even a reporter? And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, so Bob
That was a good
Miller.
one. Bob. What did I say about Bob? Did I guess he was
You
the
said
Mister?
you knew that he was. I guessed that he was the
Oh,
mister,
the
but you
Miller.
knew that he was the Miller.
Yes. The Miller and the
Yeah,
Mister.
yeah. We got Stevens, third set of DNA.
Stevens. That was good. That was
That was
good.
good. Yeah, I felt good about that. I was shocked that she wasn't really pregnant.
Oh, that was weird.
That was weird.
Why wasn't that? I
So
don't know. I thought that would have made sense. Was
maybe
that
she
just
was
red
worried this.
herring?
Maybe she was like, I don't know whose baby this is, and I'm just gonna do like a clean break.
Ah. Who
She's evil
knows?
enough, like why not?
I
I feel like
don't.
that would be like the least evil
I
thing that
know.
she's done.
Gosh, I know.
Yeah,
But I feel like she would have, if that actually was a thing, Geneva
she
Rose
would
would
have
have
mentioned it.
mentioned it. Yeah.
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 No, I get
Okay.
that.
All right. Well, should we get into our summaries?
Let's do the summary. So I did chapters 52 to 64. So
Oh,
that's
wow.
52 to the end. And then you did what, 38 to 51?
We ended on like 41.
Oh, 41. Okay, good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so
Okay.
actually I ours overlapped then a little bit.
Okay.
So
How
I'll
far did you
just say
get?
stuff and you'll pop in. I got to I think it was I forget, 53 or 54. It's when he steals the clothes.
Okay, why don't you go all the way to 54 and then I'll pick up in 55.
Okay, perfect. Okie
Hmm?
dokie. So, where we left off last time, honestly, don't remember. We deduced that Bob was Miller. Anyways, basically, Adam is still on house arrest. He's doing his own investigation. Sarah
Yes.
doing her own investigation. All the things going on. Okay. So Adam is in his lake house and he discovers that Anne wrote the threatening message. So he does the only reasonable thing to do. He breaks his house arrest, steals Rebecca the reporter's car, and speeds over to Sarah's office for a good old confrontation.
Because
He was
he's
crazy.
because he realized Nicholas Miller is Bob Miller. Is that why he's
Yeah.
driving over?
So he's driving over mainly because he has that picture of him and Kelly naked, embracing whatever, with a threatening
Yeah.
message.
Yeah.
And he sees a note that Anne wrote, and he matches up the handwriting. He says, "Oh my gosh, Anne wrote this." Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Right. So at this point,
Yes.
he hasn't even connected the dots about the Millers.
Yes, but he's seen the picture of Nicholas Robert
Yes.
Bob Miller.
Whoa.
Yep. And he's like, "Oh, that guy looks familiar, but I can't remember him." Okay.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yes. And
That's
so
where we
now
are.
yeah, now he like breaks his house arrest to go drive over and like beat up Anne.
Great. He makes a lot of crazy choices. But anyway, this is him. Okay. Meanwhile, Sarah is stressing about this third set of DNA that was found in Kelly, and she wants Sheriff Stevens to start poking around the police force's DNA. But he says he's off the case and he hangs up.
Mm-hmm.
Foreshadowing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right. Sarah is meeting with the opposing counsel and is trying to intimidate him with all the evidence she has when Adam bursts through and starts threatening Anne. I know. Not even subtle. Coworker Bob gives him a big wallop to the face. The police show up and chaos ensues. Adam reveals Anne wrote the note. Anne confesses, and Sarah feels enraged and betrayed. And then Adam reveals another doozy. He sees Bob and he's connecting the dots of where he's seen him before. And he says that Bob is Kelly's ex-husband's brother.
Oh my God.
Honestly, it made me laugh so much that they kept referring to him as Kelly's ex-husband's brother. Like he just kind of sounded like a joke. So that's Kelly's ex-husband's brother. And then Sarah goes, "Are you Kelly's ex-husband's brother?"
It this part of the book, it felt like satirical. That's why I thought it was so
Yes.
funny. Like Sarah just turns into a cartoon Cruella de Vil.
Yes. She does. I know. So get some of those vibes here. Okay, but now both Anne and Bob have a motive and a connection to the case, so they get brought to the station for questioning. However, things aren't looking good for Adam since he broke his house arrest, so he gets extra strong handcuffs and he's also brought back to jail or something. Okay,
Hmm.
at the police station, Sheriff Stevens questions Anne and Bob. Sarah is not doing well. She blows up on Eleanor and tells Eleanor that she should have killed herself, like Sarah's mom did. Wow. And then,
Wow.
well, I know. And then, while Sarah is watching Anne's questioning, Sarah imagines that she bursts through the door and starts bashing Anne's face in the ground. Foreshadowing part two.
Yep.
Okay. She goes outside to calm down, and Matthew goes out to help before they return for Bob's questioning. Bob seems super happy to cooperate, but then Sheriff Stevens totally throws the whole thing in the garbage by rubbing salt in the wound of Bob's dead brother. Bob leaves the questioning, and now Sarah is upset with Stevens, Bob, and Anne, and Adam, and the only person she's really okay with right now is Matthew.
Yes.
Okay. Meanwhile, Adam is being held in extra high security. But since this is Prince William's County, which apparently has no resources, he notices a lapse in watch guards and he literally just walks out of the prison. He wanders all night and thinks about the case and camps out under a tree and gets rained on. He is in full on Sasquatch mode when he walks up to a truck stop, finds an unlocked truck, and steals a change of clothes. He runs into some truckers who realize he's up to no good, so then he runs into the fields. He changes into his new clothes and plots his next move.
Yes.
Do I just summarize
Is
your part? Oh, yeah,
that was the end of 54?
I think so.
Okay.
Let me check.
The only other notes that I had, I thought he already had his plot to go to Rebecca's house. And so he steals a paper map.
He, the last sentence of 54 says, new clothing fully in place. I go back to the rest area to see if the checkers have gone. I still need to find a map or get to a
Oh,
phone, but for that, I might have to wait until night. So,
okay,
okay,
okay.
so I think he maybe does have a plan. He wants to
Yeah.
go to Rebecca, his one last hope.
And then I had for 53 that Sarah's working on her defense strategy and is stressed out. Anne comes in to kiss the ring and beg for forgiveness.
Oh, yes, that's
Sarah
right.
has a dark inner dialogue of needing to keep Anne close for ulterior motives. And Eleanor sends Sarah a text apology that's not very good. And Sarah
No.
throws the phone away.
Yes,
Okay. So
man.
should we go over like things that we highlighted or just go
Well,
through the
actually,
summary
yeah,
to the end?
let's talk about this one a little bit. Mainly, like, how are you feeling about the characters at this point? Do you remember?
There was a couple comments like with Eleanor when she made that go kill yourself comment. I literally wrote, I audibly gasped. I did when I was reading. I was like,
That was bad.
I was
Yeah.
like, I can't believe it. I was like, you're horrible when Anne or when Sarah's being so rude to Anne when it's like, okay, Anne's a freak, but you've known that. That's why you employed her.
You mean a
And
freak for knowing about the affair, not telling her, taking the
writing the letter.
paparazzi photo?
Yeah, like taking the photo, writing the letter instead of just printing it. I mean, all of these things. Sarah makes like weird comments to Anne. She's like, "You're my assistant and my friend." Blah 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 blah. You're just like all of these people are kind
Mm.
of horrible.
Mm-hmm.
So I also wrote somewhere, I was like, this feels like a really chaotic game of Clue where everyone's like,
Yes.
you did it in the cellar with the rope. And they're like, no, you did it. And then it's just feels crazy.
It definitely does feel like that. Yeah. And also it is kind of, I mean, I don't know. Were you shocked at this point that Sarah didn't have a defense strategy? Or are you like, you know what, this is a really complicated case. Everything really is stacked against her. Who would have a strategy? Or were you like, this girl isn't working hard enough?
I felt like she was. I felt like Adam was being so insane. I was like, what are you
He
supposed to do
was.
now?
That's true. He's sabotaging his own case.
Yeah, literally. I mean, we've even said that before where he was telling Rebecca, I don't think it's the husband. I'm
That's
like,
crazy.
I was like, you maybe you don't think that, but you certainly don't say that.
I know. And he said, my wife isn't giving me good um
Counsel.
counsel. Yeah, I don't really trust her.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Like, so I felt like she was actually doing a good job as a lawyer at this part of the book.
Hmm. Okay, but I felt like I was like Adam was onto some things. I get
Yes.
why she wouldn't want to listen to him,
Yeah.
but I feel like you should exhaust everything. And I mean, of course, now we know why she didn't want to look into Kelly's ex-husband's brother. But but at this point, if you're still unsure what side Sarah's on, there's some there's some lapses.
Yeah. I also postulated, I was like, did Kelly, no, did all these
They have the
names,
same name.
all I know, did Sarah give Anne the vacation to the lake house to bug it? I think we had maybe postulated that previously, but I was thinking that would come up. It
I
didn't.
kind of, yeah, I know. We thought that would come up. I thought Eleanor would kind of come up more. I don't really know what the point of Eleanor was, other than to be like a nuisance to
Oh, well, I was talking about
Sarah.
Anne. Maybe I said
Well,
Eleanor.
yes. No, no, no. You
Oh,
said
okay.
Anne. You said all the right things, but just on the note of we thought something was going to happen and then it never came up again. Because I think that makes a lot of sense for Sarah
Yeah.
to set it up like that. Yeah.
Eleanor just, she seemed to be like a Scooby-Doo evil for
Yeah.
evil's sake.
Right? She was just me. And like what was she doing on all of her own investigations? Like that never really came up.
I wonder if the author Geneva was trying to show, oh, like Eleanor was trying to get like a better defense for Adam, but like everybody said that Sarah would be the best one, so there was like no other
Mm,
option, you know.
okay.
He had an
Yeah.
advocate, but this was the best that could happen, you know.
Yeah, that could be it.
I also so I wrote down a line where I was like, this is when I was like, okay, I think Sarah did it. It was on chapter 50 and Sheriff Stevens, I think he's doing like the interrogation or something. And Sarah just has like this inner dialogue. And she's like, I just want this all to be over with. And then her inner dialogue, my confident lawyer persona has all but vanished for the night. I need to go home and recharge. And this is what I underlined. I'm in a vulnerable spot without my armor. I said, because you did it. So to me, there were some small clues like that where I was kind of like, that's a strange thing to think or say. Like, why are you in a vulnerable spot if your lawyer defense goes down?
Hmm. I guess I took that to mean as just like emotionally vulnerable because she's going through all this craziness with her husband.
Yeah.
And so she's putting up the strong lawyer thing as a front. So if that goes down, all she's left with is crazy husband.
Well, I guess that's the point, is that it could be taken either way.
Right. Yeah. I know. I was thinking that when I was rereading this, because there is a line around there where it says, like, the emotions start welling up and, like, the dam is about to break, but I can't let it break just yet, or something.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you could interpret it as, like, wow, this is just a lot of trauma. Even if she does want to divorce Adam, like, this is just a lot. Or it could be she's not sure if she's going to get away with it. And so
Mm-hmm.
now she has to, like, constantly be in this tension. I don't know. I don't know. Are you surprised she feels that like nervous about not getting away with it? Because honestly, it seems pretty watertight.
With like these buffoons running this investigation,
Anything is
I
possible.
yeah, and like Adam like running away
Twice.
twice. I was like, oh my God. I I wasn't surprised that she was like a little nervous because it's like, okay, you have the plan, but you still have to execute.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of like the whole thing is that she's very much like a control freak and like controlling her persona and how she's perceived and how she looks and everything is like part of her curated image.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's like a lot to do.
That makes sense.
And just a few mess ups could have really,
That's
you know,
true.
because Adam was like kind of on it.
He was. I know. This is like biggest tragedy ever.
Yeah.
He had the right hunch. He was on the investigation, but like everyone was working against him except Eleanor,
Yeah.
but Eleanor's crazy.
Yeah. I think it's because Adam was like so much like on the hunt. I think she might not have been expecting him to be as with it as he was,
Oh, okay.
if I had to guess.
I don't know. He was simultaneously with it, but then also drunk calling everybody. So
If
like,
he, I know. I think that's like Adam's like downfall is that he he gets in the way of his own happiness. He gets in the way of
yeah.
like what his life is. He feels like he can't be a writer, X, Y, and Z. Part of the reason why he probably couldn't write is because he was in a loveless marriage and had no purpose. Everything was paid
Mm-hmm.
for, you know?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
If he had a happier relationship and had more purpose, he might have been inspired more to write and less to drink,
Mm-hmm.
even with his criminal
I know.
investigation.
Poor guy.
I wrote somewhere, oh, so when Adam Adam and Rebecca are together at the house. Are we there yet?
They are at the beginning
No.
of all of this.
Oh, okay.
They're at the
Yes,
lake house
yes.
together. That and he steals her car.
Let me see. This is chapter, yeah, 42. Yeah, so this is when he's like stealing her car. And Rebecca's like, well, are you sure like Anne didn't do this, like X, Y, and Z? Or like maybe Sarah had something to do with it?
That's what Rebecca
Re-
says.
Let's see. So this is on page 240. And he says, Anne's obsessed with Sarah. Anne's never liked me. Okay, Rebecca. If Anne's obsessed with Sarah, maybe she'd do anything for Sarah, like kill her cheating husband's mistress. And then Adam says, don't you dare. Sarah would never do that. Hmm. What would Sarah never do?
Oh, have Anne
Like maybe,
kill.
yeah. And then he says, I could literally hurt Rebecca now. I can see the uneasiness in her face. He's like, I can wrap my hands around her throat. And then he was like envisioning killing her.
All these people have these
Yeah,
visions of murder.
I know. I was like, okay, you're innocent, but electric chair to you.
Oh my gosh.
Like, sorry.
Crazy. Yeah. I mean, maybe he and Sarah were a good match for each other.
Yeah.
Okay. So we find out later, though, that Rebecca wasn't actually a detective or a reporter. She was just there to keep Adam occupied, right?
She was there to basically link Kelly and Bob
Oh.
because Sarah wanted Adam to close off his world and only trust Sarah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. For some reason I was misremembering it that Scott Summers had hired her, but no, that wasn't it.
So Sarah tells Adam
That's right.
that, but it is a lie.
Okay. All right. So she hired Rebecca to plant all these things. Okay. That's right. To get him sidetracked.
Now, I feel like this is Rebecca trying to be like, oh, could it be Sarah?
Oh, crazy guess. Don't know why I have this hunch.
Are you sure? And then instead of listening, he envisions killing her.
Oh my gosh, crazy. Okay, so yeah, so does Rebecca know that Sarah's evil, or does she just think like this is how Sarah's keeping Adam occupied because Adam is in fact crazy?
She might not have taken the job and known all the details, but I'm sure as she's talking to Adam and she's seeing like the case unfold, I'm sure she's suddenly realizing she's in a very strange predicament. So, like, what would you do if you like took up a job and said, "Hey, my husband's crazy. I need you to come here. He thinks he's gonna solve this case, and I need you to just kind of like entertain him for a couple days. Here's like $10,000."
I would not do that. I would not go to a secluded lake house by myself with someone who's up for murder, with someone whose wife says that he's crazy.
Well, you don't realize maybe she doesn't realize he's up for murder at first. Maybe it's like presented as something else, and then now she's taken the money, and then she gets in and she realizes, "Oh my God,
Oh my gosh. That would be crazy.
that's the only way I could see someone doing that." Because
Yeah.
because Sarah can't give Rebecca enough information for Rebecca to reasonably think that Sarah was the murderer. Otherwise, Sarah would also have to murder Rebecca.
Yeah. True.
And
Right.
so, oh,
Sarah's
go for it.
definitely covering her tracks. But
So
it's just
she,
weird that Rebecca would agree to this.
that's what I'm saying. It has to be like she made up some other like fake story for Rebecca to do. And then Rebecca starts doing it and then is like, hold up.
Wait a second.
What
Who paid me off?
happened? You're accused of what? And then like, so I wonder if there's like a parallel story of Rebecca like realizing she's suddenly in the crosshairs,
I kind of want Rebecca's story. I want to know what
right?
she's thinking throughout all this.
She probably thinks this guy's an idiot.
Probably. She's like, my gosh, he's drunk dialing everyone.
All the numbers are actually just Sarah's numbers or Rebecca's numbers, and he keeps calling drunk, not knowing.
They keep answering in a different voice.
Yeah.
Hello?
I think those are my big ones, my big notes.
Yeah, I think those are mine. I was definitely feeling Sheriff Stevens was the third set of DNA.
Yep.
Loved that Anne took the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't fully know about Bob yet.
No, there was the end of chapter 49 where Matthew, Sarah's gay, has like a monologue about how much Anne idolizes Sarah and was kind of like, "Oh, you need to like forgive her." And then I was like, "Oh, they're in on it." I was like back on that.
It did seem like that. Yeah, no, I remember that.
But nope, didn't pan
Nope.
out.
Nope, nope.
Nope, nope.
All right, ready for part two?
Okay. Yeah. Let me see. Oh, the only other thing is that I think so at the end of chapter 51, Sarah has like a recollection of her childhood, and we find out about like her mom
Oh,
who was
yes.
depressed and her dad who I don't know what
He
happened to him.
died. I think he was really
Yeah.
awesome, but he died suddenly.
Yes. So he seemed really awesome. Yeah. And then he died, and then the mom fell into depression, and then she became like an addict. And the mom would stop working and she like abandoned her. And then this is where I highlighted Sarah says, or the mom says to Sarah, "Get out of my house." Sarah says, "Your house? This isn't your house. It's dad's. You never worked a day in your life. You're weak, pathetic. You can't even keep it together for the two of us. You're supposed to be the adult here, not me." Da 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 da. And I said, that's why she hates Adam so much.
Adam's
Her
like
mom.
just
Yeah,
freeloading.
like he's basically an alcoholic and he's living off of
Mm,
Sarah and she's having to like take care of him.
interesting. Yeah, I guess so. I was gonna ask if Sarah put him in that position, but I mean, doesn't super sound like it, other than she was just ruining his life, and so that would make it hard to do anything productive.
I I feel like Sarah didn't make Adam a lazy man.
Mm-hmm.
Adam was a lazy person, probably because of the coddling of his mom.
Sarah
And
says that.
then, yeah, and then Sarah's career starts taking off. And then Sarah starts compensating for her inability to be attentive with material items. So then Adam has no motivation to work because why?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Right.
I feel like it kind of just spiraled out from there.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
Okay. So
Bad.
we are starting at chapter 55 or
Yes.
chapter 54. Yeah.
He just got the new pair of clothes.
Okay. So 55, Sarah's desperate to find out who the third set of DNA is and goes on a fishing expedition with the prosecutor Josh. Josh has no info, so Sarah sends her gay BFF Matthew to illegally acquire DNA from a man Sarah is suspicious is the third set of DNA.
Who
Okay.
did you think it was?
I was like, it's the sheriff, 100p. And it was. Okay. Um, Back to Adam. Adam has made his way to Rebecca's home. He's smelly and gross. He kisses her on the mouth and attempts to woo Rebecca, but too late. Rebecca calls the police.
It was crazy. All of that was crazy. I was like,
Rebecca was
where
the
did
only
this
one who
come
made
from?
any sense.
I know she called the police before she realized it was Adam, which like smart.
Why did you open
Someone's
the door?
I don't know actually, because he kept like banging on it, but she had already called them before he came in.
I would be
Okay, the crazy, yeah.
like Jehovah's Witness is coming, like you hide. Don't let them know you're home. You know,
Turn off the lights.
turn off the
I
lights.
don't know. Crazy.
Okay. We also find out during this time that Sheriff Stevens is running for re-election,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which might be why he wants to close up this case with
Makes
Kelly
sense.
Summers. Yep.
Makes a lot of sense.
All right. Matthew has gotten the third DNA sample illegally for Sarah. Bob and Sarah are strangely nice to each other. Sarah learns Adam is on the run. Now Adam has been put back in jail because Rebecca has called the police. This time, no bond. Sarah yells at Adam for being a dummy, tells Adam that Rebecca was hired by Scott, Kelly's Kelly's husband, to spy on Adam. Sarah tells Adam she's the only person he can trust.
No, that's so sad.
I know. I know. Eleanor rage calls Sarah. Sarah blocks Eleanor's number. We find a match for Kelly's third set of DNA, but Sarah does not reveal who it is. Okay, now we're at the trial. It's opening remarks. Adam is in a new suit. Scott has skipped town. Nobody seems suspicious about that.
True.
No worries. Rebecca has ghosted Adam, and Sarah makes her opening remarks. And in my opinion, I thought she did a good job.
I thought it was pretty good. The thing she mentioned like 30,000 times, though, was as a reminder, my husband did cheat on me. And her whole point was like, even though he did that, I'm still standing by him. But she said it like a gajillion times. Where I was like, okay, Sarah, this really wasn't necessary for your defense.
That's so
So you
funny.
can really see.
I didn't
Hmm.
even notice that, but you're right. She did.
She did. It's like every other sentence. So I had some questions about that. I was like, I don't know if this is the strongest one you could give.
You're wondering. Okay, good. We should talk about that more. Okay. It's Judgment Day. We're left on a cliffhanger if Adam is guilty or innocent.
That was a good move.
Yeah. Should we stop there, go over, and then finish, or should I just finish? I think just finish.
Maybe we just finish. Yeah.
Okay. We have 11-year time hop. Sarah says she stopped visiting Adam 1 year into his incarceration, saying he went insane.
No.
I know. Sarah knows Adam didn't kill Kelly, but doesn't feel bad because he is, quote, paying for his crimes.
Of cheating on her, like she said a million times.
Sarah is meeting up with Adam on this day because it is electric chair time.
That's so sad.
I know. Adam hopes that Sarah has identified the third set of DNA and has a Hail Mary to get him free. Sarah does not bring good news. Adam and Sarah meet up one time. Adam and Sarah meet up one last time before electric chair. Adam apologizes to Sarah, saying that he knows she did all that she could do to help him. Sarah admits she knows Adam did not kill Kelly. Dun, dun, dun. Adam's mind starts spinning, and in his last moments, all he can think of is Sarah. Sarah watches Adam die by electric chair. Just kidding. I think it was injection,
It might have been injection, yeah.
but I like electric chair better. Okay. Eleanor wails, feeding Sarah's inner demon, making her even stronger. Sarah jumps.
Crazy.
Sarah jumps in her unmarked black van driven by none other than her work nemesis, Bob.
What?
Okay. Sarah finally unveils her plan to the reader, and I have it all bulleted out.
Ooh, perfect.
Okay. So this is how it all started. Bob approached Sarah about Adam's infidelities. Bob is Kelly's brother-in-law, so brother to Kelly's murdered husband.
Ex-husband's brother.
Ex-husband's brother, yeah.
As they
You're right,
kept saying.
ex-husband's brother. Yes. Bob and Sarah hatch a plan to kill Kelly and frame Adam. This way, they get rid of Kelly and and prevent Sarah from having to give Adam half of her monies.
Wow. Wow.
Mhm. I did say that would be a motive for
You
Sarah.
did. I noticed that.
Yeah. Okay. Sarah snuck roofies into Adam's scotch decanter to knock both of them out the day of the murder. Sarah gets Anne snockered to make an alibi. Then she drove to the lake house, this is all caps, and stabbed Kelly 37 times.
Okay, that's crazy. What?
Adam was in the bed next to her.
What?
Adam wakes up in the middle of the night, checks on Kelly, and doesn't notice that she has bled out.
Well, she was wrapped up in her blanket like a cocoon. That's what it was. And she wasn't moving. He's like, wow, she's really tired. Then he just walks out.
Like the
I know.
Wouldn't you see like the blood pooling?
You gotta, right?
The podcast that I listened to, Caffeinated, Booked and
Hmm.
Caffeinated, they said that he like apparently like went to grab her cooch or something at the time. I was like, wow, she's like so excited to see me, but it was like blood.
Oh, I didn't even remember that. I don't
That's
know.
why I was like, oh, I don't remember that. I was like, that's kind of crazy. That doesn't make
That
any
was,
sense.
yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Okay. Sarah made herself Adam's defense attorney to ensure she would get Adam the electric chair.
Hmm.
Sarah and Bob employed fake reporter Rebecca to babysit Adam and show Adam the Bob and Kelly connection. That way, Adam had a sliver of hope for it to only be dashed and that he knows he can only trust Sarah. Sarah and Bob, this is, I think, maybe the most insane, fall in love and name their baby Summer.
Oh, I didn't even connect that actually.
Kelly
That's
Summers.
awful. What? I didn't even catch that.
Yes.
Oh
We,
my
I
gosh.
know. I was like, what? We find,
What?
okay, so also this baby is only 8 years old, not 11, like it should have been.
Yes. I don't know. I don't know. I guess it's fine, but that was weird.
Maybe she did have a baby and she's like, this is really gonna like foil my plans.
People know that I had an affair too,
Yeah, but I mean, she could just pretend like it wasn't. It was Adam's
right?
kid. So that, I don't know. All right, whatever.
Yeah. I don't get what that was all about.
We don't know. Okay. We find
Oh,
out
wait, no, I know
Sarah's.
what it was about.
Oh,
Well, because we thought it was so weird that the night of the murder, she's like, let's have a baby. And
mm-hmm.
so, and then the next day or 2 days, oh no, when she gets brought in for questioning the next day, they're like, how is your relationship with your husband? She said, well, we were trying for a baby. So now she's able to say that. And Adam would agree and say, yeah, we
Oh.
were, in fact, as of last night. What crazy timing.
My wife was covered in blood.
Oh my gosh.
No worries.
Yeah. Not a moment to waste.
Not a moment to waste. Okay. We find out Sarah's first kill was her mom.
That was wild.
Mama Sarah was an addict and she died via overdose. Turns out Sarah forced her mom to OD by putting in 4 heroin needles, which that is an
Oh my
insane
gosh.
amount.
That's, I don't even, that's wild.
As someone adjacent to the medical community, do you think 4 needles in the arm would tip off a police officer to be like, this might be staged?
I have no idea. I honestly really don't know.
Honestly,
Because
I
I
don't
mean,
know
it could
either.
kind of make sense, like if she, because it looked like she killed herself. So I mean,
Oh, I guess I
right?
could
That
see
was the whole
that. Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Sarah,
still crazy.
crazy. Okay. Sarah, Bob, and baby Summer drive to the lake house.
That's what?
The same
What?
one.
Yeah, Sarah is like the most evil.
The most evil. We find out Sarah and Bob are getting married the next day.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Gross. That's
oh,
awful.
oh.
Is that the end?
That's the end.
Wow. That's awful. Oh my
Okay.
gosh. Yeah. Okay. So she was totally Scooby-Doo villain at the end. Oh
She
my
is
gosh.
like a psycho. She's like a serial killer psychopath.
Yes. And Bob was in on it. He's like, yeah, good idea. I don't know. I don't know. So I guess he really believed that Kelly did kill his brother. I
Yeah.
guess. Okay. So I guess that's why he's okay with it. I don't, did he see the pictures of the murder? I don't know if I'd want to marry that person. But didn't we say he's
Well,
like locked in now?
well, he's definitely locked in now. I mean,
Yeah,
what's he gonna do? Leave? Sarah's gonna stab him
I
37
know
times.
exactly. Yeah.
But however, so Kelly was murdered the same way as Bob's brother.
Oh,
Like the brother died 37 stabbings.
oh, it was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I remember we were talking about that before because we were like, this is so strange that it's like the same exact way.
Wait, was it really? Because I feel like, well, I was gonna say, I feel like someone would mention that, but the defense was Sarah, so of course she wouldn't draw attention to it.
Uh, I feel like I remember it being the same way.
I feel like
So
they would have
on
mentioned that.
page 92, so this is from Kelly to Adam. When I came, they had a fight. When I came home later that day, he was dead. I was the primary suspect. Evidence was misplaced.
He was stabbed to death. I don't think it says 37 times. I don't know if it specifies 37 times.
Okay, but he was stabbed to death.
Yeah. We never really figured out why she got off. Was it because of Scott?
Oh, I think we do
Or
think
was
that.
she
I think
innocent?
we never know
I
if she was
know.
innocent or not.
Hmm. Do you wish we did?
It would give you like a little more sympathy for Kelly, but I already have sympathy for Kelly because I don't think that she really deserved to be stabbed
I
37 times.
know. Yeah.
So
Because it wouldn't change things much.
maybe it would give you more sympathy for Bob or like more understanding of like, okay, I get why you wanted to have her dead because you knew for a fact she killed your brother and she just like
Oh,
skipped town
mm-hmm.
because of shoddy police work. I mean, that has to be infuriating.
Right. And that's what this was too. The police were they didn't do anything in this town.
No. I liked how they said that the sheriff was up for re-election because that to me made a lot of sense why he
Yeah.
was interested in knowing,
Cutting
but
corners.
really didn't want any of this to turn up towards him.
Hmm. Yeah. But even like drug testing Adam, I guess Sarah maybe stopped that somehow. But like they didn't find drugs in his system unless
So
she messed with the evidence. Did they
when
talk about
Sarah,
that?
yeah, so when Sarah's in her inner dialogue, she's like kind of going through all of the, oh, this happened and this could have been bad, da 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 da. She's like, the sheriff helped me out with doing a bad job
But
of
that was
police
just
work.
because he was doing a bad job. It wasn't, she didn't orchestrate that, right?
No, she was like, that just kind of worked out for me.
That was very convenient.
This kind of worked out for me. I think though it's because if it was maybe what it was is that the sheriff didn't want to force someone to be guilty who's not guilty. That's why he really wanted to know if Adam was guilty or not. So he didn't want to like force the evidence to make it look like it was Adam, but he also didn't want them to like look into the murder and find out that he was involved. Maybe it was something like that.
Maybe, but I feel like the drug results would help show that Adam was innocent. If they were both drugged,
I guess that's true. Yeah,
you
you're
know,
right.
that'd be that's that's kind of strong evidence.
Maybe he was trying to make Adam look more guilty so that
I know,
I
but
don't
I mean,
know.
Stevens didn't do it. So like, but I mean, I get that he doesn't want to be involved. I don't know. That was
He
there are just so many missteps from the
s-
police.
okay, but like listen, if Adam and Kelly were both roofied and then they find out that the third set of DNA is Stevens
True. That's true.
and the other guy, Scott, has an alibi, not looking good if you're
That's
Stevens.
true. That's a good point. So he didn't really care if Adam was innocent or not.
Maybe he wanted to see if like, okay,
What would
I'm gonna
happen?
do I'm gonna do some bad police work, but this guy's guilty anyway, so it's okay.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Oh God,
Interesting.
you're not guilty.
Yeah, too late now.
Too late now." Yeah.
Were you, what did you think about her getting married? the day after Adam dies.
I mean, at this point, it's definitely tacky. It's definitely tacky. And like what if his like sentencing got delayed? Like that happens a lot.
Oh,
Like, oh, something happened, we can't do it, or someone else got expedited, or oh, I mean, you never know. So to me, it feels very risky to plan your wedding contingent that you're going to be a widow.
oh my gosh. Yeah,
So, but for her evil, dastardly plan, I feel like
she doesn't
just
miss
to
a
show
detail.
she doesn't care one thing about Adam. He's like
No,
dead to her.
it's awful. I know. Ugh, but I was so distressed at the end of this.
I I kind of felt bad for Adam, like when he was imagining being an ant and he's just like kind of going into like
Oh,
his crazy dialogue and he's
uh-huh.
like, Aunt Adam would be born anew. At night, I could rest knowing I put in an honest day's work, fill my belly,
No.
occasionally plant my seed in the queen.
Oh my gosh.
Really not much different than my own life.
Oh
I was like, okay, I kind
no.
of like you now. I want you to
I
live.
know. I wanted him to live. Gosh. His his line about Sarah when she visits him and she's like counting down the seconds to their 10-minute
Yes.
meeting. So sad. And she says, I know for a fact it wasn't you. And then he turns to look at her, and it says, she is smiling at me with no teeth, a sinister upturn plastered across her face. There's a fire burning in her eyes that I have never before seen, not in a human at least. I was like, oh my gosh. Reminded me of Delof from Elantris.
Oh no, D-Love. I mean, truly, just like evil, evil, evil.
Yes.
Psycho killer.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all there is to it. She was just evil.
So there, like, I enjoyed it and I liked it and all these things, but then when you kind of like put some of the pieces together, in particular, the fact that Kelly was stabbed in the bed and Adam didn't recognize, that is like the most insane,
I know. Like, I guess we're assuming it's just a really thick blanket, so he couldn't tell.
I guess. And like, was Sarah hoping that Adam would come back home that night? Or was she hoping he would wake up? And then when he showed up, she was like, improv, let's have a baby. Because it seems like it would have been better for her if he woke up and saw that like, Kelly was dead versus him leaving in the middle of the night.
I don't know. Because one of the things with him is that part of the question of like, well, maybe he is innocent is like, it was just so obvious. It was in his bed. He wrapped her
Yeah.
up in a blanket. He didn't try
Yeah.
to do anything to cover it up. To
Right.
where it's like, if he woke up, especially if like the maid was the one who woke him up and he was just sleeping there,
Yeah.
I mean, it still looks crazy, but maybe that would help show that he was innocent. Where
Right.
it's like, why on earth would if I were guilty, I wouldn't be sleeping here.
Right.
Unless that's part of his evil plan. So I don't know.
The reverse psychology
I
trick.
know.
I killed them in plain sight so you wouldn't know it was
Yeah.
me.
I mean, it could work. But I think Sarah wanted him to come back because they were texting and stuff. So I think that was
Yeah.
her plan.
Yeah. So I would say overall I did like it, but if you think about it too hard, some of the things this book hinges on start to fall apart a little bit.
Okay, yeah. What were other things the podcast mentioned that we haven't talked
Um,
about yet?
they thought it was crazy about Sarah and Bob being together. I
Why?
didn't because they're like they hate each other's guts, and I was like,
It was a front.
it was a front. That didn't seem crazy to me.
I didn't think so either, unless you think about it as we're hearing her first person perspective and she says she hates Bob.
Right, right. And
So,
that's a lot of the critiques. This podcast also felt like the characters were, like we talked about, like kind of cartoonish, like crazy, just like insane. Nobody would do this.
mm-hmm.
Sarah being, and I think a lot of people had issues with Sarah being like, oh, I have to be the defense attorney. And they're like, there's so much conflict of interest. No one would recommend this. This is insane.
Did they have any thoughts on the police department that totally flubbed up the job?
I think they were just thinking everything was so unbelievable. They didn't even go. They did an hour for the whole book. So they didn't go into every single detail, but I just got the vibes of like this would never happen. It's too unbelievable to even like entertain the idea
Mm-hmm.
of the book. Which I mean, we kind of talked about, right? I was like there's no way that a good defense attorney would let the town be the jury. They would have it
That's true.
moved.
Right. It was that. It was she wasn't questioning anybody.
No.
Maybe all my only knowledge is from Suits, but that seemed crazy.
She's in on the police interrogation. They
Yeah.
would never let a defense attorney do that.
I don't know. Yeah, right? I don't know. And her friend Matthew kept asking, like, are you sure you want to do it like this? This doesn't
Yeah.
make sense. So yeah, she was swabbing it up too. So
Yeah.
yeah, good point.
So a lot of like the law components felt crazy. The mother-in-law, Eleanor, she felt like just too ridiculously evil.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah, see, I don't really know what the purpose of Eleanor was. Like, other than to show, like, maybe that is why Adam was partly the way he is. His mom always kind of coddled him.
I think you could read this as a very serious book and be upset with it, or you could read it as a ridiculous Lifetime book and really enjoy
That's how we
it.
read the Frida books.
And you know what? It's like that's how we read free. I feel like that's how you have to read these books. That it's like they're just so ridiculous. You're like, this could never happen. It's like satire nearly.
Okay, I think I could be more on board with that if the ending was more satisfying. Because in Lifetime, it all ends up okay.
That's true.
You know,
I mean,
this was,
sometimes the villain wins.
it's not, I guess, something more like Hallmark.
You're the Hallmark movie.
Like, if they didn't end up together, you'd be like, what? That's the
Yeah.
whole reason I watched this.
What are we doing? So, what ending would you have liked to have seen?
I think I would have wanted, okay, maybe would it have been too nice and tidy for Adam to have solved it and for Sarah to get thrown in? Um, or even if it was maybe even neither of them went to jail. Maybe Adam did find out later. Or like you were saying, he was in jail and he cracked the code. I don't want him to die. I think that's the biggest thing.
I, it could have been like a just desserts if well, I don't know. Okay, so I'm thinking if Adam's life gets ruined from this trial, but it's like another mistrial because of the shoddy police work, or he gets thrown in jail and then he finds like a good Samaritan group that tries to get
Retries.
retrials, and then he gets another lawyer, and then they get the case thrown out, and then he's freed. And then Sarah still has to split up her money or something like that. Where it's like he gets punished, but he's not dead, and Sarah still has to give up her money and she gets
Hmm.
punished.
But no one knows that she's guilty.
Maybe Adam does like figure it out, but he can't pin it on her. Like there could be something like that I could see where they both
Hmm.
kind of end up in mediocre spots and the only true victim is Kelly.
Kelly. Poor Kelly.
Poor Kelly and her unborn.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't fully know what ending I would have wanted.
hmm
So, would you have changed the ending to what you just said? Something like that? Or,
I I really liked the idea of Adam going to jail knowing it's Sarah and then Adam spending the rest of his life trying to prove it and then figuring it out, and then Sarah getting her time in jail.
Yeah.
I think I would have liked something like that, where he spends his 10, 15 years and then he comes out free man, and then Sarah has to go in the slammer for the rest of her life, and then he gets all of her money or something like that.
Yeah. But I guess the whole point is that she does everything so perfectly and so calculated. And she calculated for him to get executed.
Right, but like is she like left one thread
Mm,
undone, and he was able to like pull
pull
it
it all
out.
apart. Yeah.
Yeah. Even with like book one ending with him in jail and then book two picking up with him doing the flip. I think I would have liked that.
That would be interesting. Did your book come with a preview of Perfect Divorce?
It did. I didn't read it. Did you?
I did.
So I read the summary of the next book and I was kind of like,
What's the summary?
basically, Sarah and Bob are in their happily ever after, except Bob cheats on Sarah.
Bob, do you know what Sarah does? That made no sense. What?
And I guess, what if Sarah teams up with Killie Millie? She
I
hires a
love that
housemaid
crossover.
and they kill together. And then between, finally, Killie Millie has someone with some business sense.
This is Millie's big break.
Finally, yes. Someone to do all the monies, and it's Sarah, and she's the brains of the operation, and Killie Millie just kills without getting caught. That's the book I want to read. So
Okay, I hope it's that.
what did the sneak peek?
It was okay. Well, now that I'm reading the summary, I think the sneak peek makes some more sense because it says when the woman Bob slept with is reported missing, he and Sarah start to fight dirty, and stakes game of cat and mouse ensues. Okay, can they achieve the perfect divorce, or will it be death do us part? Okay, there was this one scene in like the first chapter where someone is like chained up to a room. And I was like, what's
Oh,
happening? Yeah. But then the rest of it's kind of the same of like you see them in their law offices, they're meeting with the divorce attorney, blah, blah, blah.
I think what would be interesting about the second book is that now the masks are revealed, and we know these are
Yeah,
two despicable people
right.
who both have dirt on each other.
That's true. That's true.
And are they able to get one person pinned for the murder, maybe?
Right. Now you have like two equal villains, kind of. Although I feel like
Yeah,
Sarah's probably still the greater villain. It seems
we
like she's
don't
the one who really
know.
planned everything, don't you think?
Could have been Bob.
I guess so. Guess that's possible.
She is proven to be an unreliable narrator.
I know. That's the craziest part.
So Bob could be the brains of that operation. We don't know. He could have like hatched up the plan, and Sarah's like, you know what, we need to stab this girl 37 times. And he's like,
Oh
oh,
my
really?
gosh.
I was just thinking like a sleeping pill. And she's like,
Needs to be bloody.
yeah, she's this tiny woman. She's like 5 feet tall, so little, and she gets a really sharp kitchen knife and bam, 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 bam. I mean, that's crazy.
They never found the knife. I guess not. I don't know.
They probably
But
did,
all
and they
right.
like threw it out. They're
I
like, what's
know.
this? What's this dirty knife? Put it in the dishwasher. Okay. Are we ready? Any final comments?
No, I think that's it. Ready to rate?
I think it's time to rate.
All right, here we go. Message slash theme.
Can we swap this with entertainment? I don't think there's any messages or themes.
Well, okay, so for Akomoff, we had the same dilemma. We did um judge it on message slash theme. There's a separate category for entertainment. Do you want to just leave it NA? Yeah, I
I
think
think
Housemaid we
NA.
don't have one. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, writing style.
I'll give it a 3.5.
That's what I was thinking. A lot
Yeah.
of people had some issues with the writing style. They didn't like it.
Have you read The Housemaid?
I
I mean,
love The Housemaid.
The Housemaid is so funny, but like in terms of like writing style, like that's to me kind of like the lowest. So this there were some things I don't know. I didn't feel like it was as like low quality as like The Housemaid.
No, I thought it was good. Fun fact, though, did you read her acknowledgments?
What did she say?
She said a lot of things, including the character Scott is named after someone, a Scott that she doesn't like. But the other thing she said that's relevant is she had first published this book with like no name company, like I think you had talked about,
Yeah.
and then she republished it with a different company. And the
Mm-hmm.
second company, she had like a whole editing team. And she realized what she was missing in the first one. She's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I published a book without an editing team. And so apparently her book was at first flagged on Amazon for being like low quality or something like that. I know. And then she like
Wow.
re-released it. So I
Oh,
do wonder like are there any reviews that are from the first edition?
that is interesting. Well, did she say what she was missing?
Um what do you mean?
Low quality is usually like there's not like a chapter or like the formatting's wrong or there's like blatant typos.
It she said that she didn't have an editing team.
Okay. Yeah,
So
you definitely need an editor. One hundo P.
yeah.
Like at a minimum. Even if you're a great writer, you need to have an editor because you don't see your mistakes.
Right.
Nobody does. It's
I
really
know.
hard. So,
So I don't know. So that's just an interesting little fact.
okay.
All right.
Well, 3.5. All
But
right.
we thought it
What's the
was
next
pretty
one?
good. Character depth.
2.
I
I
mean,
know. Sarah's I don't even think Sarah's complex. She's like a serial killer. She's just like,
yeah, you're just surprised that she was evil.
yeah, you're shocked that she was evil because she was fibbing to you, the reader, the whole time.
I know. Yeah.
Everyone was
Hmm.
very kind of like one note to me. Funny.
Yeah.
You're thinking different.
Well, I was thinking like, I was like, well, maybe like a 3.5. But it's kind of true. Once you find out who's good and who's bad, that's all they are, right?
They're entertaining. They're entertaining characters.
I think they're entertaining. But as far as like depth, I mean, I guess Sheriff Stevens, he loved Kelly, but he also loved being reelected.
Yeah, this was a book about the most selfish people all operating
I
in the
think you're
same like
right.
in the same environment.
That's true. She's like, what if everyone was a villain?
Yeah, literally every
That's
single
kind of
person.
true. Okay, maybe 2.5 for me.
All right.
What are you thinking?
I'll go 2.5 as well. I'll give an extra half point because I really did like I liked how crazy they were. I like a crazy like when everyone's like so zany like this, you're kind of like this is it like
Perfect.
yes. Yeah, I kind of like it.
Okay, lands the plane.
I would say 4.5. I thought it was tied up.
Yeah,
There was a lot of things that made sense. There were some things that you're like, that's kind of crazy we talked about, but okay.
I'll go 4.5 too. Even though I was distraught. Good
Well, go
ending.
with your gut. You don't have to do what I do.
No, no, I just didn't. It was just like a sad ending, but it doesn't mean it was a like she landed it well.
Yeah,
That was the ending she was going for.
right.
I was just sad.
I mean, at least it didn't end with Sarah becoming like a vigilante, going
Oh,
around like Killie Millie,
oh.
with Stevens being like, I need you to defend all of the worst criminals so that they go straight to jail. Something like that.
Well, you should see the first two chapters of the next book. when she has a nonprofit to help rehab people from jail.
Oh God. Oh my God.
And maybe that actually explains where the missing girlfriend is.
I wouldn't be surprised if she's a serial killer. Like, I don't think
That
she's
might
only
be
killed
it.
her mom and Kelly. You don't go from like overdosing someone with drugs, like a chemical, to stab you 37 times premeditated. There's a ramp up.
We're about to find out.
We're about to find out. Yeah, maybe that's what happened to Big Oil. They're like Star Witness was found like strangled.
All of them. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been
Could
watching
be.
Dexter,
Oh, yeah.
which is about the and in this show, it's about like serial killers.
Hmm.
And there's so many serial killers. They're everywhere, according to Dexter. So, anyway. Okay. So
No
what's
one's
our
safe.
oh,
All right, entertainment.
5.
Yeah, I was entertained the whole time. Okay, other miscellaneous.
I would give it an overall 3.5 for entertainment, fast read. I haven't read a book this fast in a long time.
I know it was good. I feel like everything was covered for me.
Okay.
All right, what do you think our final rating is?
3.7.
Oh, 3.8.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty
Mm-hmm.
similar to Goodreads.
Yeah, Goodreads is at 3.98
Okay. Okay.
from what I see. Yeah.
Yeah, the podcast that I read, they gave it a 2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think 2.
I don't think two either. It was at the very least entertaining.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I'd agree with that.
boy, oh boy.
I mean, we've read some books that have like good messages but are not entertaining. Okay, would you rather read a book that is entertaining but like no message? Or would you rather read a book that has like a really deep message but is a snooze fest?
I think it depends on the occasion. Like if you're on a plane or something, sometimes entertaining is great. But if it's
You're on
like
an
a book you
island.
read, well, probably the other book would last a lot longer. I would finish this one in like an hour, then that's it.
I guess that's
And
true.
then you can't reread it because you already know the story and there's no other meaning. So I think maybe the snooze fest.
Okay, you could only have a stack of books, but they're all like the same genre. You get like a stack of Frida books, or you get like a stack of what was it? The Alchemist. Paulo.
Paolo. Ugh. I mean, you want a variety, but if we're talking about an island, maybe I'm going Paolo. I don't know if I want to be reading about murderers when I'm stranded alone on an island.
I think you're kind of right because I'd rather have Paulo too, because I was like, maybe there's something in here that can help me.
Yeah, maybe at least I'll like feel good about life
I'll have
in
like
my
some
last moments.
optimism. Yeah, I can
Right.
like put something together. This book, I'm not getting anything out of it except for a couple of
Yes.
hours of entertainment.
I know. I know. So that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, so what did our Read It Like Reddit say?
I didn't go super in depth, but honestly, everything I found was negative. They didn't like the
Me
writing style.
too.
Yeah. So I didn't look super in depth though.
You know what I thought was crazy is that on Goodreads, it has like a 3.98 or a 4 star or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And then when you look at like the reviews, the only ones they show are 1 star.
On Goodreads?
Yeah. Okay,
Well, I
here.
mean, if you
Oh,
click on the 5 star.
no, 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 no. Like,
Wait,
here, let
what?
me show you. Like, here, I'll show you. When you go to
Oh.
like the home page, they have like a curated list of
Oh, of
reviews.
reviews? They're only showing the
Yeah.
1 star? I'd be so
They're
upset.
they're only showing the 1 star. So, okay, so just to look at the distribution, only 2% of Goodread views reviews are 2 star. Only 2%. When I scroll on the page, 1 star. 1 star. There's a 5 star, and guess who wrote it? Geneva Rose, the author.
What? then you go,
hilarious. 1 star,
oh,
1 star, 2 star, 2 star, one star,
that's
1 star.
weird.
That's what I'm
What?
saying. I'm like, this is weird. Like, only 2% of all of these
Those,
reviews.
those aren't even the most recent. Do you have it filtered to go like farthest, like oldest to?
I put popular reviews. Maybe what it is that
Oh,
a lot of people put the stars, but they're not writing the review.
yeah, that's possible.
Someone has a warning. It says, do not read.
What?
Yeah. Okay. Once you get to the second page, there's like a few more, but like the first page, it's just a list of 1 star reviews. I'm gonna write a review. I'm gonna give
What?
it our 4 stars.
Okay, okay.
I'm gonna do it. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, I
Yeah,
just thought that was strange that it seems like there's a very like loud, quiet, oh, not a loud, quiet, a loud minority that proclaims from the rooftop that this book is bad, but most people read it and enjoy it.
yeah. Well, this one, it seems like it's very polarizing. So either people love it or they hate it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay, so for programming, we're gonna do the perfect divorce next. Are we gonna roll right
I
in?
know. I guess so.
It's gonna be fresh.
I
All right,
know.
we'll
We're just
see.
doing a Geneva Rose marathon.
We're gonna see, yeah, how she goes. If she's 2 for 2,
Man, I've gotten on a deep dive on Reddit, so I've been a little distracted. But yes,
that's okay.
we'll do that. Someone just asked, why did no one suspect Sarah? But I think it's because she was a defense. So she was the one who would have suspected people.
Yeah. Well,
So,
maybe they're saying like, why didn't the prosecutor, or why didn't the friends, or why didn't the police?
well, but it was Sarah's job to find the real victim, real murderer,
I guess that's true.
right? The
Yeah,
defense wouldn't do that. Or
the
the
prosecution.
prosecutor. Yeah.
Yeah, they already had like a slam dunk case. Why would they be like,
Right.
oh, it's this
I know.
convoluted Sarah snuck in and gave them roofies and stabbed her 37 times. That's what happened. I think it would have been way too hard to try to pin it on her without any like hard leads. It would have just all been circumstantial.
Right, unless Bob
And she had
squealed, they found the knife.
they found the knife with her fingerprints, which they wouldn't if Bob squealed. Even then, she had like her alibi with Anne.
Right. Did she set up the affair? I realized I should have asked this an hour ago, but
Uh,
she set up everything else, but I forgot that I had this question.
how she made it sound to the reader, which believe her or not, who knows, is that Bob came up to her and said, "This
Oh,
little
uh-huh.
hussy stabbed my
Right.
brother some amount of times and he died. And now she's dating your husband." And I know that because
Okay.
I keep tabs on her.
Okay, that's right.
Now, maybe
Crazy.
Bob set them up.
Oh, that'd be really interesting. I
I
kind
could
of would
see
like that.
that.
I would like that detail.
I would like that. Yeah, Bob set them up to get Sarah all riled up and ready to rage and stab Kelly 37 times.
She is Killie Millie. I know what you're capable of.
Killing Millie lives on. And then we have the Housemaid 3 next.
Yeah, okay, you want to do that next?
I
After?
think so. Why
Let's just,
not?
yeah, do all of our murder mysteries.
Yeah, this has been good because we read them really fast so we can
I
like
know.
stockpile.
Yeah, that is the kind of book we need.
Yeah, we need a lot of stockpile because I think we need like what, 15 episodes at least.
We'll need a lot.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay, cool. Well, this was fun.
This was fun. Glad we got to talk it out. I've been sitting on these feelings for
Ugh, I
too long.
know. I know. All right, I'll gather up all my emotions so I'm ready to go back to
That's
Geneva
right.
Rose.
That's right. Well, maybe now we'll finally see justice served.
Maybe. That's true.
Maybe.
I'm
All right.
intrigued.
Well, Listeners, if you've gotten this far, please 5-star review. I'm begging you, hands and knees. Give me a 5-star review. Don't give me a 1-star like so many gave to poor
Poor
Geneva.
Geneva.
She didn't deserve it, and neither do we. We deserve a
Yeah.
5. Please. All right. Well, I'll see you next time.
See you next time. Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.